History of Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, 2 miles, 3 kilometers, west of Amesbury. It consists of an outer ring of vertical sarsen standing stones, each around 13 feet, 4.0 meters, high, 7 feet, 2.1 m, wide, and weighing around 25 tons, topped by connecting horizontal lintel stones. Inside is a ring of smaller blue stones. Inside these are freestanding trilithons, 2 bulkier vertical sarsens joined by 1 lintel. The whole monument, now ruinous, is aligned towards the sunrise on the summer solstice. The stones are set within earthworks in the middle of the densest complex of Neolithic and Bronze Age monuments in England, including several hundred tumuli, burial mounds. 2. Archaeologists believe that Stonehenge was constructed from around 3000 BC to 2000 BC. The surrounding circular earth bank and ditch, which constitute the earliest phase of the monument, have been dated to about 3100 BC. Radiocarbon dating suggests that the first bluestones were raised between 2400 and 2200 BC. 3. Although they may have been at the site as early as 3000 BC. One of the most famous landmarks in the United Kingdom, Stonehenge is regarded as a British cultural icon. 7. It has been a legally protected scheduled monument since 1882. 1. When legislation to protect historic monuments was first successfully introduced in Britain, the site and its surroundings were added to UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites in 1986. Stonehenge is owned by the Crown and managed by English Heritage. The surrounding land is owned by the National Trust. 8. 9. Stonehenge could have been a burial ground from its earliest beginnings. 10. Deposits containing human bone date from as early as 3000 BC, when the ditch and bank were first dug, and continued for at least another 500 years. The heel stone lies northeast of the Sarsen Circle, beside the end portion of Stonehenge Avenue. 77. It is a rough stone, 16 feet, 4.9 meters above ground, leaning inwards towards the stone circle. 77. It has been known by many names in the past, including Friar's Heel and Sunstone. At the summer solstice, an observer standing within the stone circle, looking northeast through the entrance, would see the sun rise in the approximate direction of the heel stone, and the sun has often been photographed over it. A folk tale relates the origin of the Friar's Heel reference. 80. 81. The devil bought the stones from a woman in Ireland, wrapped them up, and brought them to Salisbury Plain. One of the stones fell into the Avon, the rest were carried to the plain. The devil then cried out, "No one will ever find out how these stones came here." A friar replied, "That's what you think," whereupon the devil threw one of the stones at him and struck him on the heel. The stone stuck in the ground and is still there. 82. Brewer's Dictionary of Phrase and Fable attributes this tale to Geoffrey of Monmouth, but though Book 8 of Geoffrey's Historia Regum Britanniae does describe how Stonehenge was built, the two stories are entirely different. The name is not unique. There was a monolith with the same name recorded in the 19th century by antiquarian Charles Warren at Long Breddy in Dorset. 16th century to present. Stonehenge has changed ownership several times since King Henry VIII acquired Amesbury Abbey and its surrounding lands. In 1540 Henry gave the estate to the Earl of Hertford. It subsequently passed to Lord Carleton and then the Marquess of Queensberry. The Antrobus family of Cheshire bought the estate in 1824. In 1824, during the First World War, an aerodrome, Royal Flying Corps No. 1 School of Aerial Navigation and Bomb Dropping, 89, was built on the downs just to the west of the circle, and, in the dry valley at Stonehenge Bottom, a main road junction was built, along with several cottages and a café. Stonehenge was one of several lots put up for auction in 1915 by Sir Cosmo Gordon Antrobus, soon after he had inherited the estate from his brother. Citation needed. The auction by Knight Frank and Rutley estate agents in Salisbury was held on September 21, 1915 and included Lot 15. Stonehenge. With about 30 acres, 2 rods, 37 perches. Farm wagons near the site, circa 1885. In 1915, Cecil Chubb bought the site for £6,600, £562,700 in 2023, and gave it to the nation 3 years later, with certain conditions attached. Although it has been speculated, purchased it at the suggestion of, or even as a present for, his wife. In fact, he bought it on a whim, as he believed a local man should be the new owner. In the late 1920s, a nationwide appeal was launched to save Stonehenge from the encroachment of the modern buildings that had begun to rise around it. 91. By 1928, the land around the monument had been purchased. The buildings were removed, although the roads were not, and the land returned to agriculture. More recently, the land has been part of a grassland reversion scheme, returning the surrounding fields to native chalk grassland.